Today we are speaking with Todd Dahlstrom, the Organizing and Growth Director of Minnesota AFL-CIO. What are you doing as an organizer?
Sure. So my role here at the Minnesota AFL-CIO is I think about it in kind of four buckets of work. One is just traditional organizing workers through a vote or through a card check. Something we've been doing for our workers have been doing for decades. The second bucket is really how are we looking at new non-traditional organizing? How are we looking at industries that maybe at one point we thought maybe were unorganizable, and now we're looking at you look at convenience store workers coming together to form a union. We're looking at fast food workers coming together. We're looking at security officers who traditionally were actually part of crushing unions, and now have their own union. So the non-traditional organizing. We're also looking at doing a lot of work in the third bucket of job training and apprenticeships. So launching apprenticeship into industries that typically had no apprenticeships. So the building trades are able to train and have apprenticeships for some of the best workers in the world in their industry. We've now launched an apprenticeship into industrial workers. So folks working in a manufacturing plant can go through apprenticeship training and actually walk out with 7 certifications, including a journey person card, and really highlight their skills and document those and have those certified. And now we're looking at possibly moving into retail. Could we have an apprenticeship system into the retail workers, being that retail is the largest growing workforce in the country, is another way we're looking at it. And the fourth bucket is really thinking about this right to work or Friedrich case that's coming down the pike at us at the Supreme Court. And how are we preparing our public unions to be as strong as they can even before this case gets settled, and how are they even stronger when they come out of this thing? So really that's the 4 buckets of work that we're focused on right now.
Why should retirees care about organizing?
Yep. Well, I think retirees have, are still active part of the labor movement, and they've played an integral role in the history of the labor movement, and they're able to just talk about. I think it's important that retirees share their stories of why it was important to them to be part of the labor movement and what it's meant to be a union member and to change, to be able to change their lives and their families' lives and their coworkers' lives. And I just think retirees have an incredible story to tell, particularly to younger workers who may not have had those experiences yet.
Thank you, Todd Dahlstrom, the Organizing and Growth Director of Minnesota AFL-CIO. You've given us some good insight as to why we should care and what's happening right now. Thank you.